somebody cough or sneeze in front of you.
Laway,
Okay.
singa,
Dura.
Dura.
But
Okay.
these are ears, no?
Ito. As long as it entered. Pero siguro kung nakatagilid ka tapos may duma.
Galing naman nun, bullseye.
Dok, gano'n katotoo yung test na if you can breathe beyond 10 seconds? Wala kang problema.
Ganun?
That's a very good sign of a healthy lungs. Very, very good vital capacity.
Oo.
Which means that wala kang symptoms.
Pwede wala ka pa nga.
Pwedeng wala ka pa.
Very, very good.
Kasi ngayon, Dok, every other hour, magti 10 seconds ako.
Hindi ko alam yun. Kasi it's about very good siya lungs. Kasi di ba yung mga swimmer,
Yeah.
they can go under without breathing. That's very, very good lung capacity.
Yes.
Mapunta pa sa 1 minute, Dok, eh.
So remember, always wash your hands. And with regards to that mask, may iba nakasuot na ng mask, pero pagka inaalis na yung mask, hawak naman
Yes.
yung mukha, diba? So, before removing the mask, wash your hand with soap and water. Then unloop yung sa ear. Then do not touch the front. Kasi yun yung ano eh. If you
Filter.
notice colored yung front ng surgical mask, hindi nagpe-penetrate yun ang fluid. And after removing it, discard it on a lined bin. Cover it, and again, you wash your hands with soap and water.
Ganun talaga. Kulit pang hawak. Kulit mo siya naman.
Any other question?
Doc, how about statistics that older people can catch
Yes,
this?
Ayun.
Older people, especially those with health condition, are more likely to develop critical illness. And they said, coming from the statistics, it may take 1 to 2 weeks before they develop. And those who would develop the severe complications, sometimes mga 1 week lang. The very China has somehow contained the disease kasi recently wala na silang masyadong new infections, and the first death outside of China is here in the Philippines, and it's 44 male. I think he's a student from Wuhan, China, who traveled to the Philippines. I think he's a student. Hindi ko alam kung siya yung same guy na nagpunta daw muna ng Cebu. And Dumaguete, namasyal pa. And
Patay.
January 25, he consulted the doctor because he's not feeling well anymore. And he died. That was the first death outside China because of the coronavirus. He's a Chinese.
Sikat na naman Pilipinas.
And if you have a concomitant health condition like you have asthma, diabetes, heart disease, hypertension, yun ang medyo more likely to develop critical illness. So, the very young and the very old, almost all ages are not spared, but then very critical yung mga patient now who have concomitant health conditions. So there's no vaccine.
Yep.
And do not take antibiotics as prophylaxis. This is a viral infection. Antibiotics
It's a bacteria,
won't
correct.
help you. It won't cure a viral infection. In measles, we don't give antibiotics. Kaya lang nagbibigay minsan ng doctors ng antibiotics because nagkakaroon na ng complication like pneumonia. Pero the viral infection itself can and won't be treated. Antibiotics won't effect a cure. Kahit na yung mga pinakamamahal pang antibiotics, huwag niyong kayo magtitake ng antibiotics. This is a viral infection. So far sa viral infection pa, wala pa siyang nadi-discover na gamot. Speaking of HIV, yung sinasabi natin yung may binibigay kasi actually hindi naman siya 100% pure. Somehow it prolongs lang. Yung sa HIV, that's a viral infection again.
Can we take supplements, Doc?
Yes. So, lucky for us, we are here in Muskin. And I assume na lahat tayo umiinom ng ating supplements, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm not, I haven't seen an article, pero I was in, I talked to a fellow doctor, and she said that vitamin C is now being used in China as a sort of treatment. I don't know if the right word is treatment, but they're giving their patients vitamin C.
Para tumas.
And it helped those patients improved. And mind you, by God has the highest vitamin C because it has chili fruit, di ba? Among the
Yes,
fruits,
G3.
it has the highest vitamin C. Aside from that, our G3, as
Ayan.
Yan. Promote.
It's really very good.
Promote natin.
Actually, last Thursday night, I'm not feeling well. Kasi ang lamig-lamig ng aircon, di ba? Sabi ko, oh my God, parang meron akong marang aches and pains sa likod ko. Nararamdaman ko na, when I got home, ginawa ko din I took my G3 and my T-green. The following day, it's gone. It's really very, very good. Especially those with dry cough. It's a very, very good mucolytic. When you say mucolytic, it lyses or liquefies your phlegm. Mas
Oh.
madali siyang ilabas. It's really very good.
That's true.
Taas pa, Doc. Taas pa pa.
Doc, for picture daw po.
Yeah.
Yes.
Model, yes!
Harap pa, Doc.
Yun.
Yeah.
Model. Post.
Take it because this is it's a pandemic. I advise that you take it 100 cc after breakfast and after dinner. 100 cc.
100 cc.
So 3 days na.
100 cc or 100 ml.
100 ml. Oh. Diba? Shot.
100 cc or 100 ml is lang i-English.
Di 5 araw lang.
Okay. So,
Twice a day.
message ang asawa ko.
So, isang linggo.
Doc, may utos na po yung asawa ko sa akin. Bumili
Ibili
na
mo
daw po
siya.
ako ng G3.
So, any other
May
concerns?
order na.
Buti mo lang tatanong how much.
So unless na very important yung inyong cost for going out of the house, never, unless you want to seek medical care and it's
Mhm.
important. That's the only time you should get out of the house. Kung wala muna yung mga gimmick-gimmick.
Yes.
Question.
Yes.
Dosage, GT, dosage for 5-year-old kid.
5 years old, you may give it at 10 ml twice a day.
Ha? Nakakailangan si Eko.
Okay na pa sobra.
Ano na?
Pwede mag-bawang lang masyadong mataas kasi some people might develop diarrhea.
Oo. Kaya pala
Ah.
si Eko.
Mama.
5 to 10 ml, you can always
Kaya tumigil siya. Ayoko yan. Yun pala. Yun pala yun.
Is this in relation to prevention of COVID? Just to strengthen the immune system? You may give it G3 or T-green.
Paano yung ratio box?
Actually, the 3U pack or the immune booster packs is very,
Yeah.
very timely.
Ayan. Tigrin tsaka Rexy Max.
It's very,
Oh,
very
yan.
timely.
Endorser. Yeah.
Endorser.
Post.
Picture ulit, Doc. Picture.
Immune system. This one.
Rishi Max and T-Green.
The 3U pack.
Tigran.
You call it the immune booster, right? It strengthens your immune system. The G3, the Rishi, and the T-green. Tama.
Mention the name.
Oh.
Okay. G3 beverage juice, your Rishi Max, and your T-green.
So what does Reishi Max do, Doc?
Yan.
Reishi
Ano yung
Max?
purpose, Doc?
Reishi Max.
Rishi Max, both of these are very good antioxidants. They may not protect you hindi naman free radicals yung yung virus. It's an infectious agent.
Mhm.
So it strengthens your immune system because of for cellular immunity. Tinataas niya talaga. It may not kill the virus, but it protects your body. It strengthens your immune system. So do not see this as a cure, but as a means of prevention. Kasi iba tinitinan nila yan. Hindi. So
How many
during
capsules-
this time,
how many
we take this.
How many capsules, Doc, of the reishi?
The reishi is 16, so you take 1 capsule after breakfast and 1 capsule after dinner. For the reishi, since we're in critical times, I suggest you take it 2 capsules after breakfast, 2 capsules after dinner. So it's 4.
So what you're saying, Doc, is that the product by itself does not kill the virus, but it strengthens your body,
Yes.
which resists the
So
virus.
to resist the virus, to resist the infection.
Para hindi mo ma-catch.
It may not prevent the infection, but it may shorten the duration of the disease.
Yung life pack
Can
mo.
breastfeeding moms take reishi and tea green?
Only
G3. Only G3.
Paano mag-life pack?
Yes.
Can hundreds
Like-
of people take G3?
Life pack may be taken by everybody except the regular life pack. For pregnant or lactating mothers, we have a special life pack for that, the prenatal life pack.
Yun, Doc.
May tigran kasi yung regular life pack.
Kompleto ako eh.
Yes, endorser.
Regular life pack.
Doc, can someone who has a hyperacidity take G3?
Kasi vitamin C. Baka daw mangasim.
Depende kasi yan. Some people, they are so sensitive.
So, tetest na muna. Start with, let's say, 2 ml, 3 ml, 5 ml muna.
They may try a small dose,
Small dosage.
but if it triggers, then you better stop.
Okay.
So yung life pack
We have a few slides to show
Ayan, may slides.
para mas sorry, kasi short notice eh. It was already
Kick off.
12 midnight.
Okay lang
And
to.
si Ray medyo tulog na, ayaw ko na magbabalan.
So yung life pack pwede pa rin. Life pack.
Ha?
Life pack daw.
Ano?
Pwedeng i-take diba?
Pag ano?
Pang tulong.
Oo
If
naman.
you want more information, I suggest that you visit the WHO website or the CDC, Center for Disease Control.
So, Doc, if I'm going to maximize or increase my immune system, we can take Life Pack and take it twice a day?
Yes.
Yes, after meals, no? And then Reishi Max, 1 capsule in the morning and 1 in the evening.
Yes.
And then tea cream, 2 capsules in the morning and 2 in the evening.
Yes.
And then finally G3, 10 ml
For kids.
for kids, and then
For
100
adults, it's 100
ml
100
morning
ml.
and at night. Awesome. Okay, thank you, Doc. And then-
There.
Summary.
So, call it as COVID-19. So, that's fever, cough, and shortness of breath. Yan yung very common signs and symptoms encountered or manifested by the patients. So, they may appear 2 to 14 days after the exposure. So, seek medical advice if ever you see worsening of these signs and symptoms. And next. So, this is a way of preventing the transmission of this disease. You avoid close contact with people who are sick, manifesting those signs and symptoms or whatever disease. And avoid touching your eyes, your nose, and your mouth. So, you must wash your hands with soap and water at least 20 seconds. If they are visibly dirty, you may do, you always do it twice, 2 consecutive washings. So yung yung dumi sa una, then yung second din yung talagang matagal. You do this.
Yes.
Kasi in the interdigital eras, mas padami doon.
Yep.
And the next, ito yung maganda. Next, ito, how do you clean those surfaces? So, you know naman yung bleach, di ba? The sodium hypochlorite.
Yes.
You mix 1/4 cup of that with 1 gallon of clean water. Then you wet a rag and just rub it over the surfaces. Yung mga frequently touched natin. And it will kill the virus. Patay na siya. You do it daily. Ganun lang kasing kasi, madali siyang patayin, madali mamatay yung virus.
So, bleach, tsaka isang galon ng
Just the
tubig.
ordinary bleach.
So, kanina perla, ngayon may bleach na rin.
Dapat yung mga hinahawakan.
So, mali binibili nila alcohol.
This is a very cheap and easy way of disinfecting contaminated surfaces, right?
Yes.
Hindi na masyadong mahal.
Yan, ito yung gagawin ko sa
any other
office.
question?
Social question. Ito yung mga nag-recommend yung always hydrate.
Okay.
Also, dahil kumbaga, pushes daw, if ever na may virus daw, pushes to
The initial guideline was to drink warm water.
Warm
Warm
water.
That's a guideline released by the OHA and WHO. Frequent hydration with warm water.
Warm water.
You keep your upper respiratory tract moist.
What things about you spraying ng Lysol?
You spray it. You spray it on the surface but never on the face.
Moisture mist.
Okay, you know Lysol. Lysol is a chemical. Actually, we do not advise spraying it in the air.
Dapat sa
If you
object.
spray Lysol on the air, you vacate the room.
Yes.
You vacate the room. Yung mga baygon, diba? We do not advise. Mas okay nga yung lemon.
Yes.
Dok, yung, di ba, coronavirus is
Maliligo yan kami.
10 hours later.
What do you
Oh,
mean?
nanonood pa
It's
siya.
not a curative. It's a way of it may give you the antioxidant you
Sabi
need
ni
to
Mentor
protect
Pax,
yourself.
maligo
But
ka daw
it's,
araw-araw.
view it as a means of strengthening your immune system. But not as a curative supplement.
Mentor, isan yung nilalay sa account na.
Premium account.
PA.
No more questions?
Okay, bleach
How
ka.
about clothing? So normally we're out and about, right? So we have to wash it immediately, right?
Yes. And if you think you've been out and could have been exposed to an infected person, you wash it right away.
Makatulong ba yung leather na bunches doon?
Alin?
Leather na bunches.
Leather? It
Gloves.
should be disposable.
Action star.
Doc, question.
Action star.
For wala.
Doc, question.
Disposable.
For example, you came outside, di ba? Tapos uuwi ka. Pag if ever may something na virus na sa'yo, pag umupo ka ba sa couch, lilipat din ka agad yun?
Oo.
Oh, pero yes. Oo.
So that, kailangan talaga magpalit ka ng damit ka agad.
Oo.
Maligo.
You will never know kung sino mahawak kasi.
Advice mo yung maligo pagdating mo ng bahay.
Oo nga.
Kailangan pa ba yun? Or...
Or pwede na
pero
mag-alcohol.
take a few, warm.
Warm water.
Warm bath.
Warm bath. Take a rest first and then take a warm bath.
What Mike is saying, Doc, is that kunyari, since I was using my elbow to open doors.
Correct.
So, posible na nandito ang...
Yes.
Correct.
Pagdating sa bahay,
Upo ka ng couch.
Yes.
Lilipat din siya.
Yes.
OMG! So pagpasok mo, don't touch me. No limitado.
Maghubad ka na. Pag-uwi mo, maghubad ka na.
Pag-uwi mo na ba?
May ko naman siya eh. Hindi naman siya forever mag-wide dyan sa mga surfaces na yan.
Punasan agad.
Hindi naman tayo masyado na kung praning na basta lang.
Pwede sa washing machine.
So dapat,
Pala, Doc,
pag nasa labas ka pa lang, maghubad ka na.
Hindi
Toilet towel.
Buti na lang yung washing machine namin sa basement. Pagpasok namin.
I-host ko na lang sa
Kasi sabihin, gagawin din yan.
Kasi,
Ang sabi ng asawa,
when the virus is transferred from one surface to another, hindi naman yan, yung integrity ng mga virus pwedeng nabawasan, pwedeng nagbago kasi yung temperature ng lugar, di ba? So humidity, the surface of the surface area, it may
Buti pa ang virus
it
mo
may
nga.
have an effect on the integrity of the virus. So,
Buti ba ang virus may integrity?
Pero ba doon na pag mainit na
with common calls kasi ganun pero so far hindi pa sila sure.
Middle East nagkaroon eh.
Oo.
Sunod ka na sa akin.
Hindi pa. Kasi it may take several studies pa to
Sunod
determine
ka sa init ng araw.
Generally, this strain, virus,
Oo nga.
sa araw,
Usually, oo.
example ito ba is 1 to
Yung mga asawa na
Mga
nanonood,
asawang
no?
nanonood dito.
Oo, si Clark
Pag na daw
sabi,
pumasok
yung
na
damit
daw.
mo daw, Ryan, nasa
Oo,
labas
nakahanda na daw.
Sa akin din kay Charmaine.
Yung damit mo nakasabit na sa door.
ihanda na yung post.
Bawal ka dito. Hindi ko alam baka yung nasa
UV light na lang, UV light.
Balik tayo sa ganyan.
Ay, naku.
I'm working in bawal ganyan. Pag-uwi ko sa bahay, may backup.
Coach Jem.
Outside ako lang safe na mag-alcohol lang ako all over my body before entering the house.
Take a bath na. Baka parang too dry ang alcohol
I mean, kasi pagpasok ko, kahit nagbigal ko siya, stop babe, dirty pa si mama, talagang mag-hug siya. So hindi ko siya maiiwasan kasi nga, ano eh, lingi talaga eh.
Kasi itong siya, mukhang virus din eh.
Grabe! Buti hindi ako pikol.
Siguro may change of clothes na lang before you
Yes. Talagang bago talaga pumasok.
Yeah.
Kaya mga jacket ka.
Kailangan talagang
yeah.
naghanda yung raincoat.
Hindi, bathroom naman ako.
Papasok ka sa bathroom,
Yung bathroom.
ilagay mo sa lagbo yung disinfect mo na kaagad. Para, actually, parang clean room. Because in the clean room, this is what we do.
Lalo na when you're commuting. Kasi hindi mo alam kung sino yung katabi mo, sino ang nakasalam mo.
Hindi natin alam kung gano'n ka ba katagal ang life ng virus sa clothes.
The best option talaga is to supplement.
Yeah.
So that even if you get infected, if your body is strong enough, you have G3, A-green for immune system, then your body can resist it. Right? So,
That's true.
because you will panic kung makuha mo, if your body isn't strong, makuha mo talaga siya,
Yeah.
your body will succumb to the virus.
You do active protection.
Yeah, so,
You take
you take
supplements.
supplements talaga.
Parang vaccine lang yun dalawa kasi ang vaccine. May active immunity and passive immunity. So sa tetanus, dalawa binibili namin vaccine. Yung tinuturok sa inyo na immunoglobulin passive immunity yun, pero short time lang sa katawan niyo yun. Pero na magbibigay ng active immunity, binibigay na active na vaccine. Kaya dalawang vaccine.
So, ibig sabihin yan sa atin, yung active natin, yun yung supplementation. Right? Because if you're properly supplemented, that's why I suggest you get a scan. If you're properly supplemented, it is so difficult to consistently remember. Like kanina, for example, I was using my elbow. Kabili ko siya, we were walking here sa mall. I was using my elbow to open doors. Until one time, yung papaalis na kami, I forgot, I was talking to him, I actually touched the window. I did everything right until the last moment. So, si Christian.
Paano pagkagulat? Paano?
Tumakbo kami kaagad sa guard. And I had my hand disinfected. But I did everything right until the last moment. Diba? So, binibiro ko si Christian, binibiro ko siya, meron ko G3, Life Pack, Nano, Youth Span, R-Squared, Digestive Probio, Digestive Formula, Detox Formula, T-Green, Ratio Max, lahat. So, we were laughing about it. Because if your body is strong, then you at least can resist it.
Tama.
Yes, you can do all things right, and then if your body is weak, just one drop from somebody else, patay na. Right? So you really have to
Hindi
be.
tayo dapat maging prangin kasi 80%.
If we are taking our supplements, then we shouldn't be panicking about
No,
getting
should
host
not.
sa labas ng bahay yung gano'n. So, yung anak mo, kailangan mo supplement talaga siya.
Nag-joke naman is na.
Very good.
Supplement your kid, she's gonna, so you can still help her because you're supplementing your kid. Okay. Everybody, is it clear? Do you have questions?
Question.
So, Kate will further this conversation. If Doc doesn't have anything to say now, you don't have questions now. Ultimately, what Doc is trying to say is this. We have to do passive and active protection. Okay, active protection means do not leave this room without protecting yourself clearly with supplementation. That's what. Major yun, that's 80%. And then make sure that you don't get contaminated by washing all the time, don't use your hands. These are important things to do. So if you've done your supplementation, you can be confident to go around. Just don't go crazy. Na bigla sa hospital. May supplementation ako. Hindi naman gano'n. Okay, but I really do think that's why we're very comfortable because we've been using the product for such a long time. I think so many products. So we're very comfortable with Gina and Christian. I'm sure Doc is smiling about it because she's been using the products for a very long time. So.
Yes. And you would be confident talaga pagka nag-take ka ng ating mga supplements.
Yes.
At I had tested it several times. Talagang parang the last time that I got sick was before I did use skin.
Wow.
Nagkakaroon ako ng bronchitis na 2 weeks, pero ngayon wala na. I haven't taken any antibiotic for the last 10 years.
Wow.
Nawa ko sa iba talaga, they have a reason to panic because they're not protected out there.
Yeah.
They really have a reason to panic. But if you're in our team, you're taking the products, you can at least be confident that you're properly protected. That's the most important thing to take away. Okay? And then all the other precautions. So we're doing these precautions for our guests. You are being trained right now so you can educate our guests because should they meet up with you, they probably are not protected. So it is our job to talk about that. Okay? Yeah?
Okay na?
Okay? Can we give Dr. Roselyn a round of applause?
Thanks, Doc.
Yes. Can we all